Pride Daily.
Hi there, I'm Kev McGrath. Got some more queer cheer for you today and tomorrow. Coming up, the kissing conductor. First though, former top Australian basketball player AJ Ogilvy has come out as gay. The 37-year-old NBL star's revealed he's had a husband for the last 18 months, who he met over a decade ago. Says he previously felt like he had to keep parts of himself hidden, but not entirely.
I also wasn't, super discreet about it. Some of the guys probably knew. Nothing was, ever explicitly said. While I was in Wollongong, definitely more of the guys got to know him. A couple of the guys, my old teammates, were at the wedding. There was, a level of recognition and knowledge around it, but just not openness.
Thanks to the National Basketball League, and also for that emotional background music, AJ's announcement comes ahead of the NBL's Pride Round this weekend. He's one of just 2 players ever to come out.
Pride Daily.
Trans Lifeline's getting more than $600,000 thanks to the Magic the Gathering YouTube community. This is linked to a card game I don't really understand, but there are wizards involved, and the Tolarian Community College channel organises yearly fundraisers. Tops the $560,000 donated last year. Trans Lifeline offers emotional and financial support to transgender people in the US and Canada.
Pride Daily.
And we'll wrap up with some gay pistachio ice cream. This has caught the eye of Italian actor and LGBTQ plus activist Luigi Tabita in a shop in Sicily. He's posted a picture online. The ice cream's partly pink, so clearly gay. And continuing the theme, I imagine it slips down a treat. No time to tell you that. The conductor at Vienna Philharmonic's New Year's concert has kissed his husband in the middle of one of the event's biggest moments. Millions of TV viewers saw Yannick Nizet-Seguin give violinist Pierre Tourville a peck on the neck during the Radetzky March.
Pride Daily.
Hi there, I'm Kev McGrath with a bit more queer cheer. Coming up, what does XG stand for now? First though, let's hear from a long-term proud ally, solicitor Terry Gorry from Ireland. He's been targeted online for wearing not even a rainbow tie as such, just a tie with a few different colours. A knuckle dragger asked him if that means he's woke.
Absolutely proud to be woke. I'm proud to be against hatred of the other because they're different to us, hatred of gay people or trans people. And I am glad that you took the crayons out of your nose long enough to recognise and draw the reasonable conclusion that yes, indeed, I'm woke and I'm proud to be woke. I see it as a badge of honour.
Lots of supportive comments under Terry's video, including much love for the crayons out of your nose line. User Deform UK says, so weird we're at a point where people are proud to be asleep.
Pride Daily.
Next, a bird hit my window and now I'm a lesbian is the title of a stop-motion animation about queer awakening and self-acceptance. Basically, the bird incident is a catalyst for characters Gray and Fionn to meet. They explore the need for male validation and grief for the life you thought you were going to have. This was made as a student project in Chicago, but it's now gone on to have nearly 750,000 views on the YouTubes.
Pride Daily.
And there's gay sex going on among 59 types of primate, including baboons, chimpanzees and macaques. And it must be stopped, I tells you. Imperial College London's carried out the most comprehensive study ever of different species' same-sex behaviour. Finds it might help primates manage group dynamics and competitive situations and encourage unity in scenarios where that's necessary to survive. No time to tell you that. Japanese music act XG are tweaking their name after Coconut from the group came out as trans-masculine non-binary. XG did stand for Extraordinary Girls. Now, though, it's Extraordinary Genes.
Queer Family Podcast.
If you've ever felt like your family didn't fit the traditional mold, this show is for you. I'm Jamie, host of the Queer Family Podcast. And every week we highlight LGBTQIA plus families and the beautiful, unique ways we build and show up for our families in a world that wasn't designed for us. We celebrate, highlight, uplift, and normalize queer families because our stories deserve center stage. New episodes every Monday. Listen wherever you get your pods.
Love is love on the Queer Family Podcast. Love is love.
Pride Daily.
Hi there, I'm Kev McGrath. Coming up, the LGBT phenomenon. First though, after a fire completely destroyed a packed queer nightclub in the UK, a man's been released on bail. More than 1,000 people were inside Pink Punters in Milton Keynes when it happened early Sunday, but no one was injured. Investigators say it's too early to comment on a motive. Rion Wilson-Harvey was one of those who got out of the burning building.
Literally just watched the whole roof, whole ceiling just combust into flames. Massive plumes of smoke. I mean, it was more heartbreaking because it's a lovely community. I've been there so many times, great memories, and now it's a shame that it's gone.
Thanks to ITV News. A 51-year-old man held on suspicion of arson with intent to endanger life has been freed on bail while investigations continue. Pink Punters had been an LGBTQ+ venue for more than 25 years.
Pride Daily.
Next, a push to monitor cafes and gyms in a city in Indonesia to address the LGBT phenomenon. Lawmakers in Makassar reckon these venues are a veritable hotbed of queer debauchery, by which I mean queer people just existing. They fear this deviant group no longer feels the need to hide and want officers from the Public Order Agency to increase patrols.
Pride Daily.
And gay Turkish social media star Murat Övüç has got an 11-month suspended prison sentence for insulting religious values. All to do with a video the 57-year-old appeared in wearing a headscarf, which she says was meant as a joke. Övüç spent 102 days in jail ahead of sentencing. His lawyer says they're going to appeal. No time to tell you that. Botswana's removed an anti-sodomy law from its penal code. Used to carry a maximum 7-year prison term. And more gay and bisexual men in New Zealand are going to be able to give blood. It's because of a new screening system being brought in from May the 4th.
Pride Daily.
Hi there, I'm Kev McGrath. Coming up, why a bigoted Italian chef's been fined. First though, a ban on conversion therapy in the European Union's moved a step closer. The European Parliament's voted in favour of outlawing attempts to cure an individual's sexual orientation or gender identity. Comes off the back of pressure from campaign groups and a petition that collected 1.2 million signatures. Tim Schrader-Rodriguez is the author of Conversion Therapy Dropout, all about his experience of this discredited practice.
Everything that I shared in the therapeutic setting was weaponized against me and shared as evidence for the reason why I was struggling with my sexuality. And so I was given a prescription of behavior modification, trying to do everything I could to be more like a real man, praying for God to change me.
And ultimately, it broke him.
All of that just created a sense of shame and fear and self-hatred in me that eventually left me having a nervous breakdown, which was the catalyst for me deciding to drop out of conversion therapy.
Thanks to ABC News. The European Commission now has to draft legislation, which would then need approval from all EU member states.
Pride Daily.
Next, LGBTQ+ rights demos have been announced across Ukraine over the country's new civil code. This has passed the first stage of becoming law there, but excludes same-sex families from legal recognition. Plus, if someone in a marriage transitions, it's basically an automatic divorce. Protests are planned for May 17th, the International Day Against Homophobia, Biphobia and Transphobia.
Pride Daily.
And a €6,000 fine for the Michelin star Italian chef who posted an anti-queer job advert. Paolo Capuccio said he didn't want anyone with sexual orientation issues, and no communists either, for the roles at a major hotel in Madonna di Campiglio in the north. A court's done him for discrimination. Oh, and true story, he's got tattoos of a swastika and Mussolini.
Pride Daily.
Hi there, I'm Kev McGrath. Coming up, Munich's gay Lord Mayor. First though, $100,000 in damages for the gay lawmaker in Australia targeted repeatedly by another politician who's a dirty, rotten bigot. We've talked about Sydney MP Alex Greenwich a number of times before because of moronic Mark Latham's attacks, and now the right-wingers got to stump up the maximum compensation. A tribunal's ruled public statements labelling Alex disgusting, a danger to children, and imagining his sex life in graphic terms amounted to homosexual vilification and sexual harassment.
I have never been so personally and aggressively attacked for my sexuality. For whatever reason, he has this weird and inappropriate obsession with me.
Thanks to ABC News Australia. This is the second time the bigots lost to Alex after being ordered to pay him $140,000 in damages for defamation. Latham, honey, he's just not into you.
Pride Daily.
Next, Russia's been on quite the anti-queer banning spree recently. Advocacy organisations, the Russian LGBT network, Irida and Callisto have been labelled extremist, so they're outlawed. Same goes for queer news site Parny Plus and the Moscow Community Centre for LGBT plus initiatives. This has access to the Taki Delar platforms restricted due to propaganda of non-traditional sexual relations.
Pride Daily.
And Munich's first out gay Lord Mayor is sworn in later. Dominic Krause from the Green Party got more than 56% of the vote last month. The 35-year-old celebrated the win by kissing his fiancée Sebastian Muller on stage, and you can see that on our socials at Pride Daily Pod. No time to tell you that London's Queer East Festival's kicking off 5 weeks of LGBTQ+ Asian cinema and live performances later. And Dublin kink group the Leathermen of Ireland are having a sale tomorrow of second-hand fetish gear. You're welcome. Leave us a review, please, and shower us with praise. That's your lot. I'll see you next week.